Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have an 8v8 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the west and ending with Team 2 in the east. Starting off with Team 1's southern player, we have in Ruby Red, it is Arito. He's playing as a UEF. As an 800. Kind of sounds like Dorito. To his northeast, we have in Snow White, it is BRS DCCC 97 as a Cybern. He is a 2,000 rated player, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall by about 400 points of rating. The high value target for Team 2 to take out and for Team 1 to protect. He is, of course, the pro. For Team 1 to his north, we have in Emerald Green, it is Babel playing as an Aeon. He is a 1,400. And to his north, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is Cybeltron playing as a UEF as a 1,200. To his northwest in Royal Blue, it is System Failure, another UEF for Team 1 as a 1,600. To his northeast, we have in Regal Purple, it is a Pinky Full. So he's not pink, he's Regal Purple. He is a Seraphim as a 900. Zigzagging to the northwest, we have Gumpy. I want to say Grumpy for some reason. He's a UEF in Pac-Man Yellow as an 1,100. And rounding out Team 1's lineup in the north, and a lot of UEFs for Team 1 is Doombot 213. He is in Rust as an 1,100. So for Team 1's side of the map, out of 8 players on Team 1, they have 5 UEF, 1 Aeon, 1 Seraphim, 1 Cybern. So all the factions are represented on their side of the map, but a ton of UEF for Team 1. Starting off for Team 2, let's go with our southern player. We have in Stitch Blue, it is Steak. Steak sounds pretty good right now. He is a Cybern as an 1,100. To his northeast, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is Warren Casey. He is a Cybern. He is a 1,200. To his northwest in Light Oak Tan, it is Strix Inquisitor. He is a 1,200. I have to find his name in that big long list. To his northeast, we have in Batman Gray, it is Melonwise playing as a Cybern. He is a 1,400. In Forest Green, the best color, and playing as the best faction as well, it is iBlock Mass playing as a UEF. He is a 1,300. To his northeast, but he's already on the move to the middle of the map, we have Jamaica playing as a Aeon. He is an orange, the color orange, as a 1,400. To his north in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Desert Wolf 216 as a Cybern. He is a 1,400. And running out Team 1's lineup in the northeastern corner of the map, we have XXX Ananasik. Ananasik. I think it's how you say that. Anyway, he is a Cybern. He is a 900. So for Team 2's side of the map, they have a heaping amount of Cyberns. 5 Cyberns, in fact, with 2 Aeons and 1 UEF. So lots of monkeys, lots of crabs, all of the Cybern goodness for Team 2. They only lack the Seraphim faction, while Team 1, of course, has all of the Percys, the Fat Boys, and all of those Novaxes if they choose to go for that. Starting off with Team Reclaim situation, currently sitting at 17,000 mass. We'll just make it 1,000 mass and call it a day. I don't want to do big math, especially with 16 players in the game. So yeah, I'm not doing that. A little over 1,000 mass per player to scoop up. There are decent clumps along the middle of the map here. We have a 1,600 in the north and the south, of course, and then a nice little, it's essentially like a 2,600 there, and then there as well. There are some reclaim fields in main players' base, but for the most part, it is along that central line. Taking a look at the mechs locations, or at least the main expansionary mechs is here for Team 2 side of the map. There is a quad mechs in the north, as well as a tram expedition south of that for Jamaica. There is a quad mechs in the middle for Strix to already grab. And we'll say this is on Team 2 side of the map, but it'll probably go to Team 1. Same thing in the north here. It'll probably go to Team 2, but right now Pinky is on his way to grab that twin mechs position. That is pretty much all of the main mexes. There are, of course, as customary, one-off mexes dotted in the main players' territory. But again, this one's kind of close together, but not close enough. It looks like at least players on Team 2 have grabbed pretty much all of their mexes. Team 1 a little bit slower to grab the remainder of their mexes, but they are moving into the middle of the map generally. And in terms of how many players are moving to the middle of the map, Team 2, we see only one player in his main base. So everybody else on Team 2, from the looks of it, 1, 2, May, 3, 4. We're going to see come action, so I'll distract me here for a moment. Jamaica versus Pinky Full going after that recon field to the north. And that means that shots have been fired between these two teams. Yeah, Team 2's there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's everybody on Team 2 besides Ananasik. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that name right. And for Team 1, it's everybody except for Arito in the south and System Failure. It does look like he's pushing to the middle now. And that is pretty much it that I can see. So everybody else on Team 1 going to the middle. So 14 out of the 16 moving in some degree. And actually 15 out of the 16 Ananasik moving. So it's just Arito for Team 1. That is the benefit of slowing down just a brief amount of time. Because, again, I'm going to miss kills. It's just going to happen in a 16-player game. So you'll see, of course, the pop-up in the corner. Everybody has been enjoying the kill cams, so I'm glad to hear it. It is a fine addition to my collective editing abilities. Melonwise pushing in the middle here. And Cybeltron moving into intercept. I would assume upgrades should be started here shortly for players. Looks like some Mastodon to stake for some reason. Don't know what he's up to. Team 1 transport inbound. That's probably what that's for. It's a nice little ghetto gunship, but there's really nothing on board. And the one flare lands and immediately starts to get reclaimed by an engineer. And all the reclaim engineers, all the engineers are like, get him! Get him! Team 1 PD being spammed up very, very quickly. That flare will move out of range, or at least it should move out of range. Oh, some shots were just able to trip him up and destroy that little Team 1 scout. And then, actually not scout, that's lab. To the north, we have gun started for Team 1's Doombot, and Team 2's Jamaica going for his speed. Soon to be range, I would imagine, but Team 1's Gumpy is inbound. So that upgrade will probably finish, but again, it's one of those situations where does he stay there for the range upgrade, or does he just leave? Which he might just take the damage here, because he's going to do double the damage, essentially, to Team 1's Gumpy. And it looks like he's going to take the fight. Again, it is gun speed versus no gun for Team 1. In the middle, we have another altercation. I'm going to split things up here to start divvying up the action. We have System Failure, Cybeltron, and iBlock Mass to the north. Gumpy is being forced back here quite considerably by Jamaica with that gun speed upgrade online. And it looks like that might be the first kill of the game. iBlock Mass just shooting into Cybeltron's coming now. System Failure literally getting in the way for a brief moment and then actually walks by him. So that's not really going to work in iBlock Mass. He's going to hop into the water. Gumpy is not really close to the water here. He does have a water source nearby, but I don't think he's going to make it. And I think Team 2 might score the first kill of the game with an overcharge. There it is. Team 2 scores the ad is not the move I want to do. Team 2 scores the first kill of the game at 7 minutes. And that is now an 8v7 in favor of Team 2. Unfortunately, not everybody makes it past 20 minutes. But again, in a 16-player game, it's one of those things where good luck getting past, or good luck getting everybody past 20 minutes. Let alone, at least in this case, 10 minutes. In the north, we have 3 gun upgrades, 2 for Team 2, 1 for Team 1. So it's BRS for Team 1, and then it's Warren and Stake for Team 2. Gun also started in the north for Desert Wolf. And now the base, once belonging to Gumpy, will be handed over to Doombot. So he'll have double eco for a little bit. We will see if he ends up keeping that base or not. Team 2 is going to probably start pushing heavily on this northern side. The only detriment to Team 2 in terms of movement is to the north. There's a little bit of water up here, which prevents land units, unless they're amphibious, to moving over to the other side of the map. There's a little bit, I think, of a land bridge here, but it's a narrow neck of environment. All Team 1 has to do is post up defenses right here. This forms a kill box, and then it's just very, very easy to deal with, unless Team 2 wants to go south, kind of towards more the middle, and then hook west, which that's a lot more time for Team 1 to prep defenses as well. So it's just a rock and a hard place. You know, pick your poison. Slow environment, but it's closer and faster, roughly, versus the longer, more drawn-out way, but you can spread your forces out a little bit more. We have players from Team 1 hanging out in the middle here, 2 of them in the water. And actually, no, it's from Team 2 specifically. It's not from Team 1. And Melonize pushing in against the Team 1 emplacements here. No gun on board. And gun start. Actually, gun canceled immediately for I-block mass. He leaves. Gun started for system failure. Probably is worried about any sort of torp bombers from Team 1 to wipe him out very quickly. T2 Air is online for at least one player for Team... One player? Oh, no, 2 players. Okay, I was going to say 1 air player for 8 players is kind of insane percentage that way. T2 started on board. Doombot in the north. Gun speed started for Strix. And gun upgrade half done for system failure. Gun done in the north for Desert Wolf. He also has stealth online now. Stealth almost done. Is about to finish for Warren. And stealth is done for Stake in the south. Couple of Corsairs are inbound going after BRS. Again, it's gun versus gun and stealth. No hit point advantages in terms of veterancy. But actually, no, there is a little bit of hit point advantages with the stealth upgrade online. I didn't realize it gave you 2,000 additional hit points. So there's something to consider there. Huh, didn't know that. Anyway, not gunship, but fighter bomber shot down. Gun started for Strix in the north. It's its range upgrade. Gun started for I-block mass and his little bit of water. And Cybertron started their advanced region started for Strix. I'm talking very, very quickly if you haven't noticed. So again, like I said, I'm going to miss stuff. Just trying to catch as much as possible. Gun started for Pinky in the north. And T2 started here for system failure. He's actually taken a lot of damage here. Actually, no, never mind. Scratch that. It looked like he did, but he did not. That's just his yellow bar for his progress bar. Never mind. I-block mass almost back up into the yellow. Needs a little bit more time. Probably be best to go for Nano maybe just to survive a little bit longer if he decides to stay there. Pretty much everybody in the game has T2 air or land at this point. Mostly land, of course, because most players are focusing on land. But we have T3 air almost done for Team 2 in the east and is done for Melon-wise. T2 air also done for Warren, and there's also T2 air done for Jamaica in the north. So 3 air players-ish, 1 main one at least. Team 1 we have 1 and 2 now online for Team 1, so 2 main air players for Team 1. That's definitely be a 1 out of 4. That's pretty good for air players. Bombers raining in on top of system failure. Team 1 PD coming online. Team 1 AA coming online. We have units inbound. Those are actually being shoved back by the forces from Pinky, who, again, the fact that he isn't pink is definitely confusing because I always want to like, oh, yeah, Pinky, he's pink. Oh, no, he's not. That's not how that goes all the time. Shield started on board Structure's Come. He has Aeon Sniper online going for a mini tank sniper. We'll see if he goes for heavy tank sniper. BRS going for his stealth upgrade. Probably will go for Nano afterwards. And, of course, we have Stake in the water down in the south. Wall section has been established just in case Team 1 is cheeky, which it looks like they are going to be a little cheeky here. They're going to land forces all the way in the corner of the map. It looks like there are some air scouts inbound, which we'll see that transport. We'll see if Team 2 is paying attention, which is a whole other thing. But at a bare minimum, the transport will get pretty close to its landing zone target. Oh, and some flakkies in range. Oh, is it enough? Some of the engineers die on their way. No engineers on board. They're wiped out before they can reach their target. Unfortunately, so that transport is just kind of there. It just exists. Nano started for Warren. Nano started for BRS. We have Cybotron versus I-block mass. Both have guns online. Overcharge, right in the face. That's got to hurt. Both of them not looking too hot. 1 veterancy and no veterancy. I-block mass focusing on the pillars inbound from Cybotron. Bombers inbound from the north from his teammate of Ananasik to assist with driving those hit points down into the grave. And I-block mass looks like he's going to be the 2nd player dead in this game. He's being body blocked a little bit. Corsairs inbound to help assist maybe with a little bit of that. I-block mass dropping below 1,000, below 700. Will he make it? Yes, he will make it into the water. It is shallow, though, so just to watch out for that. Cybotron is a little bit above 25% hit points. Bombers inbound. Corsairs inbound going for the kill on him. Looks like he's going to drop him into the low-ish reds. A little bit, 1,500 hit points, a little bit more than that. And Corsairs rounding for a 2nd pass, and he will get out of danger for now. Nano immediately started for I-block mass. And if Team 1 had some torp bombers, they would immediately kill that comm off because he is currently still rooted to the spot. And he's in the water, so you can't. It's really hard to escape torp bombers. Gun started for Melon-wise in the middle. Surprised he hasn't had guns sooner. And Strix leading a nice little army of parashields with a couple of obsidians with his Aeon and mini tank sniper pushing in to assist. And more forces inbound from Team 2. Oh, what do we have here? We have a little bit of Fire Beetle action going down for Desert Wolf. Lovely to see that. Don't see those units often. We don't see Mercies anymore, which is a shame. Again, they were heavily used for snipe attempts, and I do understand the rework, but now you just never see them, which is, like I said, unfortunate. But, you know, just it's unfortunate when you have a unit that you're just never going to use because it's not really viable. So, oh, and it is for like very small situations, but nothing really massive long-term kind of thing. Nano started for Melon-wise in the middle after his stealth upgrade. We have a couple of units inbound from Team 1. They are able to move along this little land bridge here. I was looking at the map right before I pushed play on the cast. I was like, I wonder if they can move through that. And it looks like they can. Nano started for Pinky T2 vet on board, and those Titans are retreating. Most of them have been dealt with by the tanks from Team 2's Orange Color Orange player Aeon of Jamaica. And Nano repair started for Cybertron in the middle as well. We have a couple of now Percy's on. Actually, those are bricks. Never mind. And BRS is inbound. Probably overcharge that brick immediately. Come on. Pops out of the water. He sees it. There's a couple of shots. And there is the brick. Dead and gone. It's 2 players versus 1. So that will favor Team 2. Gun Stealth and Gun Stealth versus Gun Nano. Immediately starts reclaiming it. And shots open up from the 2 commanders and a brick. And Corsair's inbound for BRS's commander. He's got to fall back. That's a lot of hit points to lose. Almost half of them in the initial engagement. Overcharge goes into a couple of those Wagners to assist with, of course, the mass killing for the veterancy. And BRS will drop pretty much into the red. Barely still in the yellow. Some units inbound to the north. But really nothing too crazy that Team 2 has to deal with. Transports do drop off for BRS. Nice little distraction effort by Team 1's comm. And they're going to run a muck into this little base here for Stake. T3 Land is online producing their own bricks, but again, it's going to be 3v1, and that's not going to be helpful. It does get rid of the Deceiver, at least at a minimum. At least I think that was the Deceiver. And it's going to be just a slaughter of mexes for Team 2. Haven't looked at the eco so far, so Team 1 at 15, almost 16 minutes. 860, let's call that 875. Team 2 at 775, so about 100 mass in Team 1's favor. And this is only going to drive that point home even further. Looks like that brick's going to be dealt with. It's all targeting the mexes. We even see it's now going after the air player of Warren now, which is not very helpful for him. Lots of T2 Corsairs coming online. Probably should transition to gunships to make that fight just a little bit more easier. I guess easier actually is just better than saying more easier, but a little better, I should say. T3 started for Jamaica in the north. Nano almost done. Shield almost done. He does have Nano on board. That eye block mass and speed started for Babel in the west. And considering it is in a 7v7 at this point, nobody else has died. Actually, 7v8. We almost had another kill. It's kind of surprising nobody else has died this early in the game, being an 8v8. So we'll see if players last long, or it's going to be dominoes where one after the other falls kind of situation. T2 Pigeons being wiped out. That's not helpful for air players. And that brick is now at 4-star vet. Will it get to 5? Another T2 Mex. Grabs another T2 Mex. Does get to 5-star vet. Survives just a tiny bit longer. But look at the death and destruction over here. Tons of mexes wiped out. That does allow BRS to push just a little bit further in. But he'll claim the upper plateau and grab those 2 mexes up top. Team 2's player of Strix has positioned himself, not to say in the middle, but a little bit south of the middle, claiming this little avenue. Not really leaving anytime soon. Couple of even songs online. He has now Team 1 land facilities starting to spam up, I would assume for engineers, as well as a random engineer from Mountainwise to assist, because why not? At this point, he actually just lets the engineer build it, because why not? If he's going to spend the mass, might as well do it. Cybertron moving in to go after Strix's commander. It's Gun, Nano, and Shield versus Gun, Speed / range, Advanced range, I should say, and Shield. We have Babel moving into assist in the south, so it's 2v2 with Melonwise with Gun and Nano on board. So we have a little bit of a sandwiching going on. The Obsidians, of course, they are tanky units. They have, is it 11? 1,500 hit points in terms of shielding on board. So they are the heaviest shield, or heavily shield, whatever the word for it is. They have the most shield capacity in terms of T3, T2, T1 units. I think the Harbingers have 1,000 and the Titans have 750, I believe. And then that's, well, not counting the parashields. I don't count those. Personal shields, probably a better way to put it. Looks like that fight will be won by Team 1, but there is an opportunity for a gank maneuver from Team 2. We even have I-Block Mass to the northwest and System Failure. Again, players on opposite sides of the conflict essentially hanging out in the same base. We have some Triads focusing down and some T1 DM1 Plasma Cannons focusing down the shielding for I-Block Mass. It's UEF versus UEF. Gun T2 versus Gun, Nano, and Shield. So should win that fight quite easily for Team 2. But he is retreating currently. Probably the best idea just doesn't want to get sniped, which is definitely a concern, especially with the forces from Team 1 and 2 comms nearby. Just fall back into the water and call it a day. He would probably love to take out another player for Team 1, but at a minimum, he doesn't want to just be wiped out. Definitely a smart move there. Region Aura started for Pinky Full in the middle. Does he have advance? No, it's just regular. And T3 almost done for Jamaica in the north. Looks like some of the fronts have quieted down at least a little bit. But, oh, there's still some shots raining in from I-Block. I love how it's I-Block Mass focusing on the PD from System Failure and System Failure focusing on the PD to go after I-Block Mass, which they're both going for their respective things. You have, again, more of an offensive commander versus more of a defensive commander. So they're going for their most, not suited environments, but in System Failure, just trying to get some PD online to establish a front line again to force back the roaming comm of I-Block Mass. Raz started on board, Babel's comm in the middle. I feel like there's a little bit far forward to go for Raz. He does have a Team 3 air facility online, so it makes sense with the upgrade, just I don't make sense with the placement of the comm. T2 air online for BRS, can't talk correctly. And T2 air online for Doombot in the north. We haven't seen much out of him. It's mainly just his units. He put himself in the corner of the map and called it a day. He has gun and now getting stealth shield on board. Just going to hang out in the northwest corner and call it a day. T2 started on board Anana 6 comm in the northeast. It's actually very fun to say now, Anana 6. And southeast, nothing too crazy. The pathfinding is going to be a pain to go through this little avenue, so it's probably why all these units are just going back and forth, back and forth. It's just kind of annoying to deal with. But some players being kind of cagey. Due to the north, we have Titans versus Harbingers and some Percys out of the mix, but it's a numbers game for Team 2, and that number is a lot bigger than Team 1's number, so Team 2 wins that fight. Couple of Harbingers inbound dealing with some Ilshis, so that's going to favor Team 2. And Jamaica is actually here as well. He has T3 Engineering on board, getting some more PD online. That should be more than enough, and Team 1 falls back. Anyways, Advanced Region almost done on board the comm for Pinky. Probably go for Advanced Nano after that. Now we have I-Block Mass. His shield is not online yet, or fully online, which means he can't block shots from System Failure's comm. Sabotron moving in. Has to be careful. Percy's inbound from I-Block Mass. And I thought I heard an explosion of a comm, but I guess that wasn't it. Couple of Percy's wiped out by, it looks like an overcharge. And I-Block Mass trying to get into the water to the east there. And Percy's trying to slow down Cybotron's movement. Another Percy is dead. 2 remain. System Failure dropping into the yellow. And we have I-Block Mass dropping into the lowest yellows. Again, Gun T2 versus Gun and Nano. So 4,700 hit points remaining versus 55. And it looks like that might be enough to drive back Team 1. Another close call for players in the middle here. And Percy's immediately being scooped up, and I-Block Mass about to get underneath some protection of the waves. And his shield should be close to be backing online, so we'll have an additional 19,000 to play with for the time being. Again, has to be careful. If he runs out of power, not a good day for him. So he needs to make sure that he has capacity. And it looks like, yeah, he's floating a decent amount. So he should be fine for now, but has to watch out, because if that shield comes offline, he's a dead man. Cybotron is being shot once again, and now we have Melonwise coming in to assist. The shield, again, blocking shots. Overcharge going after the Percy's definitely a good play there, making sure to take out the units that do a lot of damage all at once. And Melonwise coming in to sub out for I-Block Mass. He's back up into the yellow, but his shield is essentially down already. Percy's inbound for him as well once again. That might be enough. We have some ASF inbound to deal with the gunships going after iBlock Mass's comms. Cybeltron gets hit by a Percy and dies. Airfight over the top here for Team 1 and Team 2. Team 1 wins the fight pretty handedly. That is a nice kill for Team 2, dropping it to an 8v6, still in Team 2's favor at 22.5 minutes. But that does mean that somebody else on Team 1 gets a second base. Probably will go over to... Well, to go over BRS initially, but probably will stay with System Failure most likely. Just because he's right there. Yep, there it goes. And that's because I made the assumption that Babel wouldn't get it because he's an air player. So at least he's playing the air world. But he is doing stuff on land. Why are you sending out 1,000 engineers to do reclaim efforts? I mean, I guess that's one way to do it, but still... 2 in air 2, says Melon-Wise. So they're keeping aware of what Team 1 is up to in terms of air power and making sure that they are aptly ready for the inbound aggression, which, again, Team 1 has a lot of air online, so that is definitely a concern for Team 2. They're sitting at a combined 75. It's actually 71, but 75 is sounds a lot better than 71. And a couple of the broadswords push back the Percy's. One more will probably die before it gets to the water. And ASF's going to wipe out a couple of Corsairs inbound from Mananasig. Don't know where they were going. Looks like they were going for System Failure's position, but that wouldn't have been enough to kill him anyway, so I don't really understand that desire to do that. Laser! Ooh, started for Warren in the east, and that's probably a good thing that he's doing that because there's a Brick Force inbound. His laser upgrade probably won't finish in time for this attack, but if there's another one, if he goes for cloaking, that'll help out significantly. It's Brick v Brick v Brick v Brick on action here. And it looks like more bricks coming online. We do see stakes come in his base. Probably move at least a little bit under the shield to do some overcharges. Doesn't have nano or a lot of veterancy online, so has to be careful with that. But the numbers for Team 1 are thinning out, so he might just join himself. He's actually not doing anything on his comm, so might be a good idea to do that. Orito goes for a experimental. It is the ice cream sandwich himself, the Fat Boy, online. I haven't had a Fat Boy in a while. Maybe I'll run out to the store today or tomorrow or something and go grab some. Those sound pretty good. Anyway, we have some Harmagers in the north driving back the bricks. The bricks win that fight actually quite, not easily, but definitely a little bit better. The bricks just have a lot more HP, not collectively, but just individually wise. 7,500 versus the combined 36 plus 1,000, so 4,600. The reclaim abilities and the fast mobility are what the Harbingers are really good at, but in terms of a all-out just, run into one another, the Brick's going to win that fight. And then you have the Percy versus Brick, and it just depends on if you can get the Percy to miss its shots. If you do, the Brick will win, but if the Percy doesn't miss, the Percy's pretty much going to win that fight. In the north, Harbinger's pushing in against Pinky Fool's position, and it does look, is that able to reach the, it is able to reach those units on the little shoreline there. Unfortunately, there's just a ton of Harbingers, and they're acting as their own brick wall for Team 2, so that's not going to go very well for Team 1's units. Still, we have a land base now operational for BRS. He's landed troops on the other side of the pond and decided to pump them out himself there instead of just making them walk underneath the surface of the waves like something from Pirates of the Caribbean. Good movie. Really good scene. I think that's one of the best scenes in the movie is where they're walking on the bottom of the seafloor. I think it's such a good scene. Nothing too crazy in this best for Orito. I'm waiting for somebody in UEF Tech to go for Novax. And System Villa going for Fat Boy here. Second one already underway, close to getting in the green. Monkey is dead. I would assume that's Team 2's, given Team 2 has 5 Cybrans. So there's that. But Team 1 does have 1, but it's BRS in the south. So I highly doubt he gifted Cybran Tech, and it was hauled all the way up there. Gunship's kind of getting shot at by some AA emplacements for Team 2. Missile outbound, or artillery outbound, and the comm of iBlock Mass pushes in once again with the assistance of not only forces from Jamaica, but also himself, his own forces, and he's going to get shot at by some nice little broadswords once again, and you would think that he'd bring more AA. He has 1 Cougar, 2 Cougars over here. Not great in terms of AA. Definitely needs to deal with that sooner rather than later. He might actually die here, which is definitely unfortunate. Probably needed to go into this pond, not that one. And he's falling back. There are ASFs inbound. Maybe they can help out, but the air fight is going to be intensely won by Team 1. But it's not going to be enough to save him. He almost died. I thought he wasn't going to make it, but he did. Ooh, that's not a lot of hit points. 43 HP. That is very close. Man, making people mad. Oh, that was that the third time that he's almost died? He is getting very lucky in this game. Needs to watch out. Get all the AA, all the shields, all the AA, all the whatever. Because third time's a charm, and he's still not dead. Fourth time is probably going to be it. He is on a 5-star vet, so almost 40,000 hit points to a name, going for tac missile. He's actually getting rid of his shield, so he actually loses half of his HP there for more versatile weaponry. The only unfortunate thing is at this point in the game, tac missile isn't super great because a lot of players have built Team D by now, but if he goes for Billy Nuke, depending on how much Team D is there, it actually might be useful. In the south, Fat Boy pushing in underneath the surface of the waves as a nice little Riptide escort. Monkey Lord online has taken significant damage, but is still online, and the Harbingers and the Monkey Lord and the Bricks are now excising Team 1 from that land base. And the Fat Boy, definitely needs to be thrown under those waves again. If the Monkey Lord moves and intercepts, that's not a good day. I don't know why is it going the way that it's going? Why are you doing things that you're doing? Go in the water and then pop out, and you can laser it to death. I don't know why you're doing what you're doing. But anyway, in terms of the game overall, Team 2 still has everybody left. 27 minutes, 8 players remaining on Team 2. Team 1 only losing Gumpy and Cybeltron, so doing very, very well for themselves, considering they've only lost 2 players, and it's about halfway through the game, I think. I forget exactly how long this is. Somebody has the actual time that the game ends in front of them at this point or something. But doing pretty well considering, and 2 players do have 2 bases. So, again, downside is they have less APM, but upside they have more mass. So, Team 1 sitting at 2.3, 2.4, and it's been hovering around 2.3, 2.4 for both teams. So I'll just say the lead is negligible, and it's about the same for both teams. Map control, I'd say it's probably about 50-50, even considering all the nonsense happening. So it's staying about dead even, considering somebody needs to be planning something in the background if I had to make this game end. So we'll check on that here shortly. But let me know down in the comments at this point in the video, 28-28, who you think is going to currently win. Of course, if you haven't done so already, because, again, why not? 8v8, 28 minutes in. I mean, come on. Might as well hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Again, comment who you think is going to win or whatever else you want to comment about, because I love responding to comments. Thank you so much for watching, as always. I really do appreciate it. And as I watch number go up, number make me feel good. So thank you for making number go up in whatever way you make the number go up. Anyway, tac missile done. Not even tac missile, but tac nuke. Billy Nuke is online. T2 is done very, very quickly. And going for T3, he has some hover drones inbound to his system with that. And he's going to be pumping those things out. Once Team 1 notices, it's going to be TMD central. There are some system failure TMDs here, so that should be more than enough. But I would assume his missiles are going to be more centered, more west instead of northwest. There's not as much TMD here, so there is that to consider. A lot of T3 artillery raining in on the... It looks like T3 artillery. Yeah, it's T3 artillery raining in from Pinky Fool's position. He's using the pawn to hide his comm a little bit and still getting the regen ore. So definitely a good placement there. The only unfortunate thing is he doesn't have the advanced nano regen upgrade on board. So I feel like that would be a little bit better to go for. But he is sitting at 114 hit points a second still for himself, so it's not bad. 3 Fat Boys inbound, and that's not good for Team 2. That's a lot of artillery fire. This base here for Jamaica is now lost. There's no way to recover it. The only benefit, though, for Team 2 is Fat Boys can't go this way, and Fat Boys can't go... Oh, no, they can squeeze in this way. Never mind. So they can do that. It looked like they couldn't squeeze in, but it looks like they can. Better route would be, of course, or easier route to go would be north. But then there's a Monkey Lord sitting there, so it's probably not the best idea. We know about it. Team 1 might know about it, but we know about it at least. And no Billy Nuke yet from Team 2. It's loading as we speak. I don't see one yet. And Anana6 says something about something. Don't know what he's talking about. But in the south, PRS really trying to get that land base back online at some point. Lots of engineers from 3 players scooping up reclaim as fast as possible. In terms of total mass reclaimed, Team 2 is a little bit in the lead, 167 versus 137, so about a 30,000 mass in favor for Team 2, which is about, I feel like it's about a chicken, I believe. Can you guess how much mass that is? I know it's more than a monkey. I can't remember the math totals off the top of my head. It's been a minute since I've actually remembered what those are. Something like that. It's not a terrible amount to be a hit. It's something, but it's not that like, oh my goodness, they're going to win the game kind of thing. But 2.9K for Team 1 now. That's going to be concerning for Team 2, though. 300 mass per second being down. It is a considerable amount nonetheless. Percentage-wise, it's not bad, but again, any advantage in this game is going to be an advantage nonetheless. And we have a GC inbound and a crab. Team 2 has one monkey. Yeah, that's not going to work. Another crab, this time for Team 2 coming online. That's going to help. The crab also started for Warren. He's not finishing it anytime soon. Laser started now for Melonwise in the north, so possible cloaking for Team 2 there. We have Fat Boys down the middle for system failure, and Billy Nuke's landing on the T3 mech position. That's never fun. And we have now Titans moving in against Harbingers. Harbingers win that fight every day of the week. And it's not, I mean, it's close, but it's not going to be great for Team 1. That's a lot of dead units. And there's also some PD back here. Looks like Strix is actually falling back just in case. Definitely a smart move. Doesn't want to get overwhelmed and be the first player on Team 2 to be killed off. In the north, looks like it's nothing really much that Team 1 can do at this point. Multiple Fat Boys are dead from something. I don't know what. Then this third Fat Boy is going to die as well, so that's never fun. Authams are inbound. Gunships are inbound as well, but that's not going to be enough to stop the GC. That GC is going to kill that Fat Boy dead. Eat that ice cream sandwich up and call it a day. Another Billy Nuke lands, takes out a chunk of units for Team 1. Looks like they were artillery units. That's never fun. And air fight. Even with the advantage Team 1 has, probably not the best of it. There's a lot of AA there now. So there is that to consider. In the southwest, lots of engineering drones. Maybe Game Ender down there, maybe. In the north, nothing too crazy. Matt's Fab Farms and the like. Of course, another Billy Nuke lands. Air Grid, Chicken. That's about it. Another Fat Boy. Team 1 doesn't have any big ticket items yet online that I saw. Team 2. Ooh, there he is. There it is. UEF is what he's going with here for Ananasik. Not going for Cyber and Shields. Not even, pretty much the only thing Cyber is going for are PD emplacements. So soon, maybe possibly. And Babel notices a nuke being built by Jamaica. So Nuke and Game Ender soon to be started and loading for Team 2. That's really about it that I've noticed. So that might be all of Team 2's hopes wrapped up in a nice little bow to the northeast, but they have a slight little second present, nice little stocking stuffer. Someone might say in that nuke for Jamaica. The Team 1's going to be building new SMDs as we speak. Chicken is down, but it might be enough to go for that Monkey Lord. Ooh, not too great. The chicken, actually, the GC's going to walk into it. That's never good. Ooh, not good. That chicken didn't fire a single face ball. This map is cursed. That is unfortunate. And Ananasik is defeated by Doombot. Interesting. Okay, well, there's that. Huh. Well, didn't see that coming at all. Team 2 loses the first player of the game to a Telemazer. And it doesn't... I don't even know what he was going after. Maybe... SMD was being built, but it wasn't built at the point. Maybe he's trying to stop the Fat Boy. I have no idea. There's a lot of Ravagers here, so I just have no idea why he teleported in. Deswolf says Jamaica give to him because he's right there, which that makes a heck of a lot of sense. Base North says Melonwise, just essentially pinging Jamaica. There's the transfer of base over to Desert Wolf, so he's probably going to continue construction of the Mavor. Yep, he's going to continue construction of it. Team 1 in the south doing very well, pushing into Team 2's territory. Once again, Monkey is down right on top of the first one. One crab significantly damaged. There's a GC, 2 crabs, and a monkey inbound. Pushing that pushing the Mega in is probably not a good idea. And that Mega is being built as we speak, but it's way too late to the party at this point. There goes the crash damage. And takes out the shielding in another facility. So this base to the south for Stake is not looking good. More monkeys coming on the prowl, and that's going to be a win for Team 1 very, very easily there. And in the middle here, air fight goes Team 1's way significantly, partially significantly, kind of significantly, and some sort of significantly. And yeah, it's still in favor for Team 1, but it's not the end-all be-all. But down the middle, though, for Team 1 for system failure as well, going into the base here for I-block mass, and that's going to be a lot of dead P-gens. They just have to watch out for volatile explosions because they will kill themselves with it. So we've got to watch that. Teleporter started for Mountain Wise, so a second telemaser is coming online for Team 2. And to the middle here, we have nice little GC with some heavy amount of gunships threat over the top for Team 1. And they're inbound for something. And I don't know where that GC is going. It's going for something, I guess. Maybe it's going for, looks like maybe system failure stuff now. The south side is being cleansed of Team 2's presence, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse as it goes north. Team 2 doesn't really have a whole lot of defenses coming online as of yet. They have some PD here, but that's not a lot, especially with how many experimentals? We have 2 monkeys, 2 GCs, sorry, 2 megas and a GC, and then there's another monkey there and another monkey there, and I don't know where that one's going, but it's going somewhere. GC continuing to push. All of the focus from Team 1's gunships have been on the other units, the supporting units, not the GC. It looks like the T3 land headquarters. I mean, that's a nice target to take out. It's not super vital at this point, but hey, it's something. Team 1 still has a backup one here, at least system failure does, because you got a UEF base for a UEF dead player, so there's that. The Nuke still raiding in from I-block Mass's position, and now the base now gifted over to Melonwise is gone. Where is Warren? Where did you go? Oh, he's over there. He's leaving and going to Melonwise's main base. And system failure is defeated by Desert Wolf. Attack says BRS. Is that another telemaser? No, that can't be another. No, it wasn't. What was that? Well, of course, there'll be, you know, a thing in the corner that will show you at least what the heck happened. And the base in the southeast is gone. Not good for Team 1. I'm sorry, for Team 2. Team 1 doing a very good job. Just right-click the pawn, my dude. Says pinky full. I was going to say playful. Don't dice. That's probably a good idea. Team 2 at 7 players left. Team 1 at 5. So 7v5. It's still a 2-comm advantage for Team 2. Desert Wolves over here in the corner. How's the Mavor going? More emphasis being put on that. I don't know if it's going to be the end-all be-all at this point because there's a ton of momentum shifting in Team 1's direction. 2 bases essentially are wiped out. A third one is soon to be wiped out. DC does come online in the middle here of this engagement, but it's not going to do much. That GC might be enough to take out that one for Team 1, but might being the key word in that statement. Noah Boone Nuke lands on top of something. A large column of units from Team 1's. Who was that? That's Arito. Arito just pumping out Riptides at this point. A lot of supporting units getting SMDs loaded just in case. SACU goes up in flames. So those Rambos, they're RAS just offering their assistance for delaying tactics. Melonwise, his base is not looking good. His telemaser is done. And he's going. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's going over here. There's nothing over there. Another Billy Nuke lands over there. The base in the east is gone. Melonwise. Nope. Oh, he went. Oh, weird. He went here. Does Team 1? Oh, yeah. He's actually exposed. Does Team 1 see him? No, they don't. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. But not unfortunate for BRS, who's now eliminating all of the power reserves for Melonwise. That's not fun. And looks like he's just gonna. He's gonna go there. Wipe out some mexes, get some veterancy, and then go from there, it looks like. And it's still going northward. They're ignoring this base a little bit for now. GC is online. That might be enough to stop some of this push, but they are devastated. Look at the eco, 3.2 to 2.4. We have Warren retreating. We have 2 Monkey Lords in pursuit. Nuke is fired soon. And Melonwise still teleporting. Actually almost hitting himself with the laser there. Just cannot seem to get through the shielding. There we go. Shielding is now down for that one. And explosion in the east. Nuke almost lands right at the feet of that Megalith. So pretty well timed. Just second or two late, it would have been better. There goes a chunk of the air grid for Team 1. There is a Paragon there as well. Does he notice it? Do you? No, you don't. Oh, well, that's a little unfortunate, but looks like he... Where's he teleporting to now? I don't see his icon yet. Is it stopped? No, he's going. Okay, just sounds like he wasn't going anywhere. But east, there goes Team 2's Warren to the Monkey Lords. He didn't get away in time, which is unfortunate, but he did make an attempt to run for his life. Gunships are not able to catch up to Melon-Wise. He gets out of there. 39,000 mass killed. Megawith standing in the way of the Monkey Lords. One Monkey Lord dead. The Monkey Lord probably should just push to try to go for the nuke and eliminate it. Nuke is outbound, immediately firing onto this position here for Pinky Fold. That's why actually what BRS was hold up. Not BRS. Sorry, System Failure was hold up. How is the Mavor going? I'll check that in a moment. Another Billy Nuke down there from Team 2. But the southern side is... It's essentially gone at this point. There is the comp for Strix Inquisitor. And there he goes. Eliminated by the monkeys from BRS. The Mavor is half, almost 27, 75, almost percent done. Is that a satellite? Yes, it is. Doombot has a satellite online. Do they? No, they don't know anything about that. What's up there? It looks like it's going after P-Gens, it looks like. No bad desert, says Pinky Fool. Let's stop trying to attack missile my experiment. Stop it. That's funny. There's another one inbound. Speaking of attack missile, this one's a Billy Nuke. It's probably going to clip the Monkey Lord if he's lucky. Oh, he does clip it. Takes out a chunk of hit points there. Still surprised that Team 1 hasn't spotted him yet. There are actually some strap bombers. There are some torp bombers. Oh, no. He's walking. Oh, no. There's not a lot of PD there. Oh, that's not going to go good for I block mass. He's got to get back in the water. Get back in the water. Get back in the water. Hey, get back in the water. Oh, they go. Oh, look, there he is. And he gets underneath the surface. Ooh, that was close. I think Team 1 spotted him now. Again, I have to keep reminding myself this is not Team 2. This is Team 1 down here. Half of Team 2's landmass is now either denied by Team 1 or taken over. That Mavor is almost done. Ooh, I heard another explosion. Oh, it's another Billy Nuke lands right in front of his face. Pops out, tries to overcharge that Monkey Lord. Some inbound Harmagers and Percys are inbound to assist. And they are inbound because I said that twice now. Paragon is... it's about half done now. And GCs are inbound for Jamaica. He finishes another experimental, probably another GC. Nuke is... Did that not land? That did not land. So that's unfortunate for Team 2. And there's going to be more SMBs there. Anyways, Monkey is just waiting to engage. Overcharge punch up a chunk of the hit points. He goes out of the water too late for the Perseus to help him. There he goes! Fourth time is not the charm. Maybe fifth time. And he just had to wait just a couple more moments for the Perseus to fire, I think, another volley. And then that would have been enough to overcharge, and then that would have been it. But that is another dead player for Team 2. Team 1, for the first time in the game, is in the lead for players left alive at 5v4. Where is Melon-Wise's comm? He's still alive. But I don't see him anywhere. Again, he has Telemazer online. We have Steak still alive down here in the south. He's been knocked out essentially for the foreseeable future. I don't see him anywhere. Oh, he's up here to the north. Okay, there he is. He is teleporting around like a crazy person. Like a madman. Not crazy, but like a madman. Another dead Monkey Lord, I think. Dumpton died over there. The Mavor is done. I repeat, the Game Ender artillery is online. At least one of the Game Ender artilleries is online. And it's going for that. That's definitely a good place to go after first. Do they don't know about the Paragon. Oh, they might. Oh, they see it now. So there's that. Once it finishes, they'll have the icon. We have 4 potential eyes in the skies for Team... Oh, there. I was just about to say. Somebody spots it. There it is. And that's actually Deswolf that sees it. We have artillery inbound from Team 1 from somewhere. Where's that coming from? Where is that coming from? Because that's not definitely attack. Oh, up there it is. Duke. Second Duke. Excuse me. 2 Dukes online for Team 1's BRS. And that satellite, second satellite, is not going to go well. UEF doing UEF things. And the artillery, I mean, 2 artillery pieces isn't going to be enough to... Ooh, that's not a lot of... Shielding isn't holding as well as I thought it would. More shielding coming online. Oh, the power reserves. Oh, the Mavor is taking damage from the satellite. Oh, that's not good. Those shields need to recharge immediately. T3 upgrading to T3 Plus. It's like Disney Plus or Paramount Plus or whatever. It's another subscription service for ED5. Oh, not looking good for that Mavor. If this thing dies, I think that's the last hope for Team 2. Shield pumps back online. Mavor has been pointed out by Artie. Oh, talking about the Artie. That's what he's talking about. It's like, what the heck? And the satellites are down. The one that's being built is almost done. Sorry. I have a habit of doing that where I'm like, hey, look, there's this thing, and then it dies. And I go, well, that's awkward. In the south, we have a pushback of some GCs from Jamaica and gunships. Do they have fuel? They still have fuel, but they're just moving very slowly. The flak on board those things, the megaliths are not great, so those gunships should actually eliminate both of them quite nicely. We know, says Melon-wise. And artillery, I mean, now that the satellite threat is gone, that's good. It's lost half of its HP, though. That is rough. And now the artillery landing on where the Dukes are. Third Duke coming online, but I highly doubt it's going to finish. Ooh, not looking good. More shields are coming online. Shielding is down. That one's about to finish. Another shot will be primed to take out a ton of this build power. Oh, the shield pops online just before it lands and wipes out that build power. Gunships inbound to the south to assist. And that monkey is dead. I heard an explosion somewhere. Who died? Oh, SACU died to the north. Chicken is inbound for the nuke base. Nuke needs to fire. You have to take some losses here and do a point defense nuke it at this point. You probably have to land it right about there at this point. It's going to probably clip maybe the T3 air headquarters. You have to launch it or you're going to lose it. Ooh, it's not good. Once this base falls, that's the only thing stopping Team 1's aggression from the south. But it's pretty much all of it. They're dealing with the GCs pushing back, but Team 1 has the eco. And once that Paragon comes online, then they have the eco permanently. Mining infinite resources in the desert or something. Oh, there goes all the PD firing. Oh, it's not going to be great. That's a lot of shots. That's a lot of shots. That's a lot of like shots that aren't even doing anything because the unit's already dead 8 times over. Not one veterancy yet, but getting close to it. Nuke is outbound. There it is. Is it point defense nuke? It is not point defense nuke. More PD coming in online. Jamaica needs to build those things incredibly quickly. Babel, can you leave? Looks like he's having some issues with some connection, possibly, maybe. Oh, the chicken. All it has to do is give him a hug. Jamaica's running for his life. Oh, there's the shots. He's trying to get underneath the other shield. Oh, it's going to be close enough. There's a megalith shot. A couple of them inbound. It's going to be close. Needs to get another shield online immediately. Ooh, that's going to be close. The P-gens are going to be the concern. Maybe the nuke will survive, but that is close. Another explosion wipes out some SACUs. One of the artilleries are down. Second one, actually third one that was being built was denied, it looks like. But one of them remain. And the infinite money gen glitch hack, whatever you want to call it, it is online and it's under the control of Babel. He transferred everything over in the south. Nuke lands. Kaboom! First one of the game to land. Not Billy Nuke, but Nuke. And that is that. Hey, we got some we got some hugging going on over here. We have Melonwise just booping Babel at this point. He's going to teleport now. He's like, fine. And the torp launcher will probably build, maybe do a little bit of damage, but that'll be about it. It's going to pop into the... Hey, look, Escathis. Number 3 has been spotted. Is somebody building a YOLO? Oh, please somebody tell me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Boom! Kaboom! That is awkward. Looks like he was trying to do something. I don't know what he was typing about. That sucks. Team 1 loses the Paragon 30 seconds, 45 seconds after it's built. That is rough. Or finished, I should say. That is rough. I'm like, oh, he's going to have a lot of mass now. They're going to do... Nope. Strap bombers stacking up. And there goes Team 1's Babel. Looks like he just control Ks. Because I didn't see anything near him. There's... Oh, no. Okay, I was going to say, that looks like they were actually shooting at him in the water. But no, that was A control K drops this game to a 4v4 with the death of the Paragon. Ooh, builds prayer, but has no power left to use it. Yeah, that's rough. Save me from... Anyway, conversations in chat. Team 2 operating at about 25-30% of the map. And that Mavor is the last hope for Team 2. And artillery also online for Desert Wolf, so he has a T3 one, so he can either separate the targets he's shooting at or go after other ones. Ooh, Mavor inbound, going after the counter Mavor for Team 1's Doombot. And that gets the 90 immediately. And ooh, another shot. If he gets hit, I don't know if he can survive a hit with 34,000 hit points. Explosion happens somewhere in the south. Team 1's player BRS snipes Millenwise out of the water. That's unfortunate. And Millenwise is laughing about it. 109,000 mass for that champion, says Millenwise. Yeah, did pretty good job with that telemaser comm. And everything gets transferred over to Jamaica, which, again, that's not a whole lot remaining from Millenwise. Anyways, looks like Doombot is being forced into the water. At this point, it's all about survival. All Team 1 has to do is just mount a land force and then just send it at Team 2 at this point, because they really don't have anything on the ground. Once they get through Jamaica's defenses, all they have to do is just straight walk to that Mavor, and it's game over. That's it, because Team 2 doesn't have anything else other than that. So it's just survive, survive, survive at this point. But then the question is, how long will it take Team 1 to get the adequate offensive units online to be able to push all the way in? And how much damage is Team 2 going to do to the bases to be able to prevent them from doing said thing? Oh, look, and this is Scathis online. Or do that. That also works. The shielding might be a little bit more than what the Scathis can handle, but some of these are ED5. Love to see the ED5. Again, why they don't start off at ED5 at T3, I have no idea, but it's the developer's choice to do that. Chicken is down. Another chicken stomping on through. There's a lot of Ravagers kind of remaining. Stake getting control of a couple of forces, I think, from Desert Wolf, but Scathis is raining in on that Mavor. I like how the one UEF shield, you can like get a little bit of window of not nonsense blue. And shots are raining in. Ooh, not looking good for that Mavor. Ooh, almost the end. All of the shielding is down. All of the shielding is down. And another volley is inbound. Is that another artillery piece landing shots? It is. Where is that coming from? Is that Duke still? Oh, the Duke's dead. Never mind. Anyway, Mavor has some shielding back online. More of it coming online. What is it targeting? Is that a P-Gen dead? No, P-Gen's still alive. Ooh, that Novax is definitely ambitious. Ooh. It wasn't that far along, so it's not too bad. And where is the Mavor landing its shots now? Again, it's dealt with this base. You probably might as well target, the Scathis if they can find it, which I don't know. Nope. They have no idea where it is. So good luck finding that thing. Team 1 knows where that Mavor is. They've known for a while now. More shields coming online. Yeah, they're building shields everywhere. Where is the artillery, says Warren. I mean, that is a concern. Oh, that one goes in the void ocean. There it goes. Ooh, that looked like that hurt, but nothing was there. The defenses for Jamaica are down. Now it's just a final push down the middle here. 0 HP. What? Oh. How low? 0. Ah. That's what he's talking about. Megalith being chased down by a chicken. Chicken gonna give him a hug. He's like, hey, nice to see you. Long time no see. And he's like, no, don't get away from it. Get away from that. Looks like iBlock Mass spots it for Team 2. Guess where that Mavor is going? That's the target. The shield's not looking too hot. Another shot is inbound. Of course, there's more shots inbound as well from the Scathis. There's not that much remaining for Team 2. Like I said, once the Mavor goes down, that's it. The Team 2 has not the mass, not the time, not the anything. That is their last hope of survival, and it's not looking too good. And even if the Mavor wins against the Scathis, Jamaica control Ks, so he's out of the game. It just leaves Desert Wolf and Stake remaining. Stake still survive. And anyway, Scathis target. How's the shielding going? Shielding is down, so that's not good. And Scathis, it's not going to pierce the shielding at this point. There's too many shields being built now. The land forces are going to be the concern for Team 2 at this point. We have Riptides inbound all the way from the other side of the map. And there goes the shot for the Mavor. And there it is. It's gone. So Scathis has been dealt with. And that is the second game ender eliminated by Team 2. Artillery back online for Team 1, though. Lots of shielding around that for BRS. And Scathis now reining in on a little bit of the PJ Mass Fab farm for Desert Wolf. We have units inbound, some Othams. Scathis being built slowly, I would assume. Probably not. The artillery's still alive. And the Othams are in the base. That's going to be the death by 1,000 cuts at this point. Not looking great for Team 2. Not Donut, but Doombot's alive, Pinky Fool's alive, BRS alive, and Arito's alive. So it's 4v2. 4v1 technically, but 4v2. And Desert Wolf sees it. BRS shoots out the GGs. It depends on how long Team 2 can fight back. They're getting PD online now. Where is an SMD? There is an SMD up here. It is loaded, so that is a concern there. And we even have Desert Wolf popping out of the water to help assist with defenses himself. And it's just not a whole lot. The game is going to turn into a long, just how long can Team 2 last? Well, there is a monkey force inbound to the south. So, and all of the forces from Desert Wolf are pulling back. All these bricks moving in to intercept and form a brick wall. You can see that's where they're going. And those monkeys are inbound, and they are not stopping. Tons of PD opening up, though. That might slow down maybe one of them. Maybe. It'll do some damage nonetheless, but still. And they're probably just going to walk in the water and then call it a day. And maybe we're still landing shots somewhere. I don't know where they're exactly going, but they're going somewhere at this point. Well, I know we know they're going somewhere. We just don't know why they're going somewhere. That's probably a better way to put it. And the Desert Wolf and Stake recall. As much as you, I, and everyone else wanted the game, wants the game to continue going and see the actual death of the Mavor and all that stuff, it wasn't gonna be long. I mean, maybe Team 2 had a chance with a couple of monkeys being spammed up, but the eco situation being triple that of Team 2, all Team 1 had to do at some point was just build another game ender somewhere and call it a day. Maybe a YOLO and see all 4, maybe, but yeah, it just was not. It wasn't going to be it. There's a Scathis being built a little bit in the water there. Paragon being killed off, of course, is a little unfortunate. But that would have won Team 1 the game had they had it on long term. The second artillery piece coming online, plus a Scathis. I mean, eventually Team 1 would have won that fight that way. Maybe you could argue that, let's say there's 4 inbound, and there's 1, 2 built. Maybe a third would be built. So maybe 2 of the Monkey Lords remain. Maybe 1 if Team 2 is lucky, but they would have gotten pretty close and then would have damaged the structures maybe significant enough for maybe the artillery to kill it off. Maybe it wouldn't be enough. But it's all a game of time, and Team 1 has all the time in the world. Team 2 doesn't. So it's just not going to work. And again, it's the downside of going for this artillery is the land did suffer a little bit. And Team 1, all it takes is one player to still be alive and just send in all the land units and call it a day. Also, not a lot of air was used by Team 1. There are some strats as well. That is something that I just noticed. So there were plans, at least at some point, to go for strats. So there were definitely a lot of avenues for Team 1 to win. And Team 2 just had to force Team 1 to leave because everybody except for Arito was not in the water. Well, what everybody but him was in the water, and so, actually, no, he was up here to the north, to be fair. But point being, there were still players in the water hiding, and good luck trying to find them with not a lot of scouting going on. So, again, it's unfortunate, but sometimes going for the Mavor doesn't end up leading to success. But let me know down in the comments what you felt about the game overall. That was a little bit of a longer rant than I meant it to be. MVP for me, I mean, it's got to give it to BRS. Did a lot of effort to push the game forward. Took out the entire southern side. And then obviously the Monkey Lords and all the other things that he had planned and whatnot. And again, credit to Desert Wolf for sticking through it to pretty much the end. He saw the light at the end of the tunnel and went, I'm good. See you. Call it a day later kind of thing. And that's the game. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. If you haven't done so already, because again, why not? After I think an hour plus of watching or whatever, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video, and I will see all of you in the next one.